Hello there, I'm Dan here from Tech Support, and today I would like to show you how to create an automation so that whenever you generate a video in Sendspark, you get that lead inserted into a smart lead campaign and it auto launches. Okay, so first of all, let me move out of the way here. Yep, there we go. Okay, so we'll start by creating a workflow here in Sendspark. You'll have this Agentic Workflows button, okay, and then we'll click here to create a new automation. Okay, so we need to set up a trigger, and that, of course, as I mentioned before, that will be creating or generating a video for someone. Okay, so I'll select this option here, and then I'll select my connection. Then, okay, we'll click continue, and then I'll be asked about the dynamic video, the dynamic campaign that I'll be using. So of course we need to create one. That's what I'm doing here. You can click on dynamic videos on the left hand side, click here to create a campaign, and then we can just name it. We can just put smart lead tutorial. Okay, so I'll click on get started, and then I'll click here so that I can use a sample video so I don't extend the tutorial. But of course, feel free to record your own video, and or even to browse a video you have previously recorded. So I'll click here, and then I'll turn this on because I do want to have a background there. And I'll also switch to Spotlight because I do like that little animation when the video starts. And then I'll click on landing page. Of course, take your time, fill this out. In my case, I'll just continue. Okay, so we got to the point where we need to add videos here. Okay, so because we're doing this for the first time, we'll need to actually generate at least one video, and I'll show you in a moment why. Okay, so I'll click here, which is voice only modal in my case, so I can generate videos faster. But you should always stick to, if you want to lip sync, so you can have the lip sync feature in your videos. Okay, so right now my voice is being, or actually Bethany's voice is being processed, so we'll give that a moment. And in the meantime, we'll go back to Agentic Workflows here, and then I'll click here, and I'll click on update list so we can bring up our dynamic video campaign. So we'll give this a moment. We have hundreds of campaigns, so in our case it takes a little bit longer, but here we go. Smart lead tutorial, that's the one that I want. And if you're not sure, you'll see that campaign ID 15G something, and then we can compare that 15G, etc. Okay, so I'll click on save, and then I'll jump into this step, which is the smart lead connection. So I can just type smart lead here, select that, and then I can look for, you'll see that there are many options. So what I'm going to use right here is the add leads to a campaign. Okay, I'm going to be asked about my smart lead account. I have already connected that, but you can always click on add connection and make your connection for the first time. Okay, so I click here, and then it'll ask me for the campaign that I want to use in Smartlead. Okay, so let's go back to Smartlead now. I do have my campaign almost, actually, just barely started creating it. So I'll just put here, let's call it Sunspark Automation Tutorial. Okay. So that's all that we need from here. We don't want to add anything yet. I mean, not at least this way, because this will be the manual way, right? Okay, so very important, because the first step is to generate a video and then launch those emails. We do want to have probably our videos in a second step and not in the first step here. Okay, so we want to just put something that whatever you have in mind, but this will be like your first email. So yeah, just first email, smart lead. I'm going to leave it like keep it very simple. Oops, there we go. So I'm going to use that here in the subject as well. So yeah, and then I'll click on add step. But of course, take your time, add variants, do everything that you need to do so you can do a proper campaign. So yeah, next step, I'll add a follow-up email here, and this will be like the second email. So second email, smart lead. going to put that. Okay, so that's all that we need from here. I'm going to refresh this page. Okay, and everything is ready. So what I'll do is to generate a video very quickly. I'll just put then. I'll leave everything, the rest empty. So I'll generate a video very quickly. So what this will allow me, and you'll have to do this every time because you need to have access to the next step, which is basically the step that gives us this share campaign button. And this is where we have the snippet code that we need, which basically, is a placeholder that we'll use. Okay, so we'll just type Smartlead, and you'll see two options. So we'll grab the first one, image URL. We'll go here, and I'll just go Command V or Control V. A little formatting that we need to apply. There we go. And then I'll go back. I'll click on Smartlead video URL, and then I'll just drag and select everything. Otherwise, you can just make a click here, insert link, paste, and insert, and do the same thing here. Go here, paste, insert. But if you do it this way, like you select everything and you go here, you can do it that way, and it works for both. So that's perfect. Okay, so that's all that we need from here. So what we'll do is go to save and next, and then we can skip this. Okay, okay. So sender accounts. I'll just go ahead and select one from the list, so I can continue. I'll just grab one, just like that. So schedule campaign. We need to do this, of course. I'll just put my time zone, which is -3. Yeah, any works. Okay. Well, I don't. You don't have to do this, of course. But yeah, set our campaign starting date. So today. Yep, and that's basically all that I need from here. Schedule campaign. That's what we did. Sorry, campaign settings. Okay, so this is something very important. There's an option here that says, where is it? So we have, okay, this one, sorry. So optimize email delivery. Do not have this check marked because, it says that what it does is that it removes any HTML properties or capabilities. And we are just, pasting, we just pasted a snippet code. So we do need unchecked. We do need this unchecked because if we do just, plain text, everything will be converted to plain text, of course, and people won't be able to see their videos. Okay, so leave this unchecked. And also, I will highly recommend to not track the link. You can do this probably, but do not track the links because what happens here in Smartlead and many other platforms is that there are bots that click on the link, or because the link is being traced by Smartlead. In this case, what it does is that they actually replace the link that we just applied. We just make an image hyperlinked, right? So they actually replace that by theirs, and that could cause a problem when it comes to opening videos. So do not click on this two here. Okay, so that said, I think everything is ready here. Yep, so I'll just click on save. Okay, then I can click on save and next. And finally, I can click on schedule campaign. So the campaign will become like running here. Okay, so everything is ready. The campaign is active, and I can go back here, and now I can select my campaign. I can just click on update. What is the name that I used? Sendspark automation tutorial. Okay, so as soon as this gets updated, it's of course retrieving all the data. We'll just give this a moment here. And then, yep. Here, everything, yeah, here's the video. So the video processed correctly. So that's fine. Let's see if it's there anyway. So what did I use? I used Sendspark. Sendspark. And then I forgot again, automation tutorial. Okay, there we go. So that's my campaign. So I'll click on continue, right? And now we're in that step, sorry, that we need to map, the data that comes from our dynamic campaign into the lead that will be, pushing into Smartlead, right? So in that case, because of that, we'll just, jump into this leads section. So in the first name, basically just that. Click here in the search bar, search box, and then just type first name. Okay, we have email. I'll just type email, and then we have show all fields. A couple of more things that if you want to, like website, I'll just go for background because that's what we're adding. Let me show you here, background URL, right? And we'll go for LinkedIn profile just in case if you want to, to use this. You can just type LinkedIn there. So the LinkedIn URL here will be the custom field. Okay. So custom field or either unique ID. So you can actually put it anywhere that you want. But yes, in this case will be custom field. Unique ID here will soon update this, but unique ID is actually under job title for now. We'll fix this very soon. So that said, yep, everything is ready here. So I'll click on save. Okay, so we're getting a warning here, not all mandatory. Okay, yep, that's fine. I guess that it needed just a moment to update everything. So everything is ready here. There's nothing else that we need to do. So I'll click on start. Okay, so I'll click now on check results. I'll go here to my dynamic campaign, and while I'm standing, if you're still here, you can just click on add contacts, and if you click on save and close, you'll go back to this section. Okay, but now I'll go here to import contacts. Click on upload CSV file. I'll pull up this CSV that I have ready. Okay, now we have everything that I need, that we need. So I'll click on review and generate. This will take a few moments, so bear with me while we do everything because I do want to show you the whole process. But of course, if you got to this point, it's fine. You'll see everything, pushing through. But yeah, we'll just give it a moment while the videos here generate. And also something good to mention is that when we start this, I was asked if I wanted to check the results. I clicked on yes. So now the automation is here. And if you ever want to go back because I don't know, you need to edit something, you can click here at the bottom, builder. Okay, so that'll take you back to the steps. If you need to modify something, click on pause so you can do it. But then yeah, you can just go back to history so we can see what's going on here. Okay. So videos are, being pushed over, so we can see that, they're being executed. We can see that the lead has been added to the campaign. We can click on details here and see the information that was, parsed over. So everything looks good. And yeah, now we can go into our, this page actually. So yeah, this will probably, again, take a few moments while the leads, not a few moments, everything is ready. Okay, so that's basically it. If you click on schedule here, you'll see that this is done. This is ready to be sent over at any moment probably. So yeah, okay, that's all that you need to know. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day. Bye bye.